Hey guys, what's happening? I hope all of you guys are doing really good. So as you can see, this is an unboxing video and this is the first time that I'm actually doing a voiceover of something. Unfortunately, my SG cam decided not to record any bloody thing that I am doing during the capturing of this video. So this is an unboxing video of a rack system which is by Nexus gears. So if you've already seen my previous video wherein I've unboxed the Tech and Ride top box, so this is basically going to be serving as a support system for that. So let's go ahead and check out what the contents are there. So it comes very nicely packed. As you can see, there is quite a bit of foam all around and the system itself comes quite well wrapped in the foam. So this is basically the connecting systems, and this is the main rack which comes wrapped in foam as well. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, and this is the base plate on which the rack is going to be sitting. So let's keep the box aside now. Let's see what else is there. So this, as I said, is the main rack support system. So there are basically two of these, one on either side of the bike, and they look pretty sturdy, and the weld and everything seems really good, as you will see once I get a close-up look of that. So that is one, and one for the right and one for the left. Even they are wrapped really well. As you can see, the quality and the attention to detail that they give in terms of shipping it over to your place. And it has a base, the plate, where the base plate is going to sit. Now let's go ahead and unbox this baby as well. So this is the base plate that came nicely wrapped in. It has a few cutouts and a nice Nexus gear logo on there. The cutouts are really fine, so that it's actually a universal fit for any type of top box or any type of top box base plate for you to fix it to the stop rack. It really seems sturdy. It's made of about 1.5 or 3 mm metal, if I'm not wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So it's about 3 mm thick, and it can take loads up to about 25 to 30 kilos is what I'm told. So let's go ahead and try fixing this on the bike and see how it actually looks. So yeah, let's get started. We have the bike. As you can see, my Duke 390, my Firefly standing right in front of me. We have a rear rack system. We have a top box system to fix on top of that. So you have to basically remove the two grab rails, which is held on by two Allen key bolts on either sides. So you basically have to remove that, put the top rack system, put the base plate, and connect the base plate of the top box. Let's get started. Basically need a few tools, not too many. You only require an Allen key set, so you have the right Allen key to remove the grab rails as well as connecting all the other things. You might also need a spanner, because there are a few screws and bolts which to hold on to the top rack. As you've already seen the rear rail system, there are two of them which goes on either sides, and there are two tiny holes on which the base plate is going to get attached to. So let's begin the process by removing the existing grab rails and the two Allen key bolts that is being held by the grab rails. Now that the grab reel is out, let's go ahead and fix one of the side rails with the given accessories and the washer. So they actually have included a washer which actually has to go in between the main plate and the bike's main frame chassis. As you can see, the way I've fixed it here. So that's how you have to fix it on both the screws, and let's go ahead and fix that to the bike. Don't tighten the screws to the maximum extent yet. This is how the bike is going to look once you fixed both the side rails, and this is the top rack that is going to be fixed on top of the rails of both sides. And as you can see, this is how the screw is supposed to be fixed. You need to put a spacer and you need to align it with the top rail. You obviously need a helping hand sometimes. You can do it on your own, but since it requires a little bit of alignment, it's always good if you do it with someone's help, so that it gets perfectly aligned and you don't have to redo things time and again. So once you've finished installing it and you have made sure that the alignment is proper, Tighten it all the way up, tighten all the screws to the maximum extent, torque it very nicely so that there are no loose ends, and this is how beautiful your bike is going to look with this nice little rear rack for UT90 by Nexus gears. As you can see, it looks very sturdy, and the finish is really very good. The powder coating is great. They have a nice Nexus logo that is laser cut as well, and it looks beautiful. I really love it. Now the next step is to install the base plate of the top box on top of this, so let's go ahead and do that as well. As you guys have already seen in my unboxing video of the Trek and Ride top box, so it comes along with the base plate, a universal base plate mounts as it is called, and it goes and sits on top of the Nexus gear metal plate that is already attached to the bike, and this thing stays permanently attached to your bike as long as you want to remove it for the maintenance or something else. So now the holes that has been given on the Nexus gear as well as the base plate of the top box mount make sense, as you have to make sure and you have to align it very precisely so that it's not to the left or to the right. So you have to make sure that you do it right so that you don't have any issues once you've done this, so you have a very easy thing putting up the top box on this always. So next step, when you're aligning the base plate, the top box base plate to the actual base plate of that is fixed onto the bike, you have these diamond shaped washers which have a little bit of play so that you can kind of adjust that a little bit while doing so, and that is what is going to actually hold on the base plate to the main metal plate that is already attached to the bike. Also, one thing that I noticed, as you can see this screw, one of the ways to align the base plate to the main metal plate is you can actually take the center of the base plate itself, so there's a little bit of pointy edge, and you can make sure that the screw that is there of the Trek and Ride top box, you can align it to that and make sure that it is sitting perfectly in the center of the bike, and then just tighten it and it is going to clamp on to the metal plate like so. Once everything is put together, this is how it's going to look. So you have your 4 screws that are tightly packed, and it is going to grab on to the metal plate as I showed earlier. So it's very nicely anchored and there's no way that this is going to move out of place. So make sure you have torqued the nuts very strongly and not excessively torqued as well. So now let's go ahead and put the top box and see how it's going to look. So it has this 3 ribs that you can see, which is going to notch on to the base plate, and you have a frontal screw as well, which is going to then get tightened from the inside of the top box, so that no one is going to be able to remove the top box as long as you have the key with you. Also, I almost forgot one more thing. There is actually a cover which is on top of the base plate, because without this it's actually going to look quite a bit ugly when you don't have the top box mounted on top of it. So there are 2 screws which you have to just slightly tighten it so that it doesn't come off or have any vibration issues or any sound because of that. So now it's finally time, since everything is fixed and everything is tight, it's time to put the top box on the bike and see how it actually looks. Oh my god, that looks beautiful, isn't it? It kind of completes the look of the bike. As you can see, once you open it, there is a knobby screw which is inside the top box. So this is the one which you have to, which actually gets aligned. You don't have to do anything, and you just have to tighten it all the way so that the top box is clamped on to the base plate. I'm having a little bit of difficulties there, and yes, I've got it. So finally, the installation of the rear rack and the top box is complete. It looks a little bit of shaky, but I've seen everything is perfectly fit and fine. So the top box is really sturdy, has a nice pillion backrest, and also it has a nice reflector logo which is going to help you during your night times. The storage is really good at about 40 liters. It has a nice pull handle which you can use it while you are getting off somewhere and you have parked your bike, so that you can take the top box with you. That's it for today. I hope you liked today's video. Do like, share and subscribe. Ride safe, ride hard, always wear your safety gear, don't forget your helmet, and this is Toeshifterz saying ciao.